infinity and beyond. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom, showing you my dynamic effort lower body workout. I have to make a quick note. Check out the bands. There's a tiny bit of slack at the bottom, which should not be occurring when you are using bands. The reason being, the band could jump off the band peg, and I was wondering, why do the bands keep sliding away? And now that I'm watching the footage, I've realized why. So I just got to widen out the band pegs to make sure it is tighter throughout the entire range of motion. Another reason you don't want this to occur is due to the fact that the weight will then feel jerky. And I wasn't able to feel this just because, as you can see, it's like a couple of inches, but if it's really obvious, you're not going to get the desired effect. So I did 10 minutes of band resisted Hatfield squats. You got 275 pounds on the bar. My safety squat bar is 55 pounds, or at least it says it's 26 kilos on the bar. So it's somewhere around that range, 265 to 275. I was able to do 45 reps total in that time. It's my week one, so I like to do lower amount of time and higher rep sets. If you would like to know how to program this better, get my conditioning conjugate method. In the ebook, it explains everything. Then my main assistance movement for the day, just because it is week one, I decided not to pound myself with a heavier deadlift variation, is these Zercher deadlifts. I guess you could call them RDLs. I'm slightly tapping the floor. I like this lift. The hardest part is keeping it in the crooks of your elbows. I have no clue how fucking people do it with 3 plates. I already feel like it's slipping out with 1. Or maybe it's harder with heavier weight for it to slip out. I have no clue. Or it could have to do with my lat and shoulder mobility, yada yada. There could be a lot of factors. I did 33 reps over the total of 3 sets. This day I went slightly higher. I did 3 sets for each assistance exercise. Normally I would stick to 2, and maybe a couple of them would be 3. Here you see the Death March. I did a whole separate video on them. Just go to my channel, use the search function. Death March, it's a great exercise. It's essentially a walking Romanian deadlift, but what I like about it, as you can see, as I'm coming up, look at my elbows. They're drifting backwards, so you're almost rowing it at the same time. I'm not sure if that's how Glenn Pendlay intended for the exercise to be, but I find you can hit the upper back and lats and just back musculature a lot more if you perform the exercise like that. Then I did a couple of sets of glute ham raises. Actually, I only did 2 here. And I'm going to make a separate video about this. What do you guys think? Do you like Nordics or glute ham raises better? Because I find ever since Nordics became popular, everyone forgot about the glute ham raise. Like, sure, you could say it's a more effective exercise for the hamstrings, but it's also glute ham raises are also a great regression. So I'm just going to do a separate video on that altogether, on the comparisons between the two. Then, as you can see here, I am doing split squats, but like ATG style. So I'm really forcing my knee forward using the squat wedge here. This really freaking pumps up the quads. I'm not going to lie. Like, I need to get my quads stronger. I know they're already bigger, but I feel like I have been neglecting them in a way and focusing so much on my posterior chain, which is not a bad thing, but you don't want to become quad weak. Let's say you still want to hit your quads. They're still a muscle group. And it's great for knee health, what I was just doing. Then finished off the workout with some heavy side bends, 135 pounds here. I like strapping up. People would be like, oh, but what about your grip? I'm not using this for grip, dumbass. This is specifically a core exercise. Here's the breakdown of the workout. As always, have a great day. Have a great weekend if this comes out on a Friday, I think.